Hey friends, welcome to the weekend. Welcome to Friday. Thanks so much for joining me today. Every Friday on the channel, we look at jersey concepts here. And today's a bit of a special day because we get to look at a concept designer that we've not looked at before. His name's Jamie. So I'm very, very curious to see what he has for us today. This is going to be a reaction video. I have not seen these designs, and I'm going to be completely honest here today. No sugarcoating it. It was a rough week. I was really, really busy at work. It was really frustrating work in general. Like at work, there were some things that just were frustrating. Some things at home were frustrating. Just kind of getting back from vacation, getting appliances fixed, and all this stuff. It's been a rough week. It's been one of the worst weeks of 2022 for me. So I'm very, very happy that the weekend is here. I'm very happy that we're at the point where we can look at some jerseys, and I really hope that your week was better than mine. But let's have a good weekend together, and let's start it off right with some jersey concepts. Let's get right into it. Okay, the first one is going to be Anaheim, based on abbreviation here. What you got for me, Jamie? Oops, it went away. There it is. Okay, so first thing I noticed was this is not a template that I'm used to looking at. Typically, it's the sports templates one, or there's another one as well that's quite detailed. I really like both of those. This one is almost certainly the least detailed template that I've seen in a couple of years, I think. It's not too bad, though. But for this one, first impressions, dang. Like, this is, if I could sum this entire concept up, this uniform concept, if in one word, it would be logical. This is a very logical and smart design, keeping maybe a little bit of that kind of copper color in there, or that bronze color, rather. But introducing that orange back into their lineup, introducing that logo that everyone loves back into their brand, rather. That looks really good. I think this is essentially not only a really good design, but a very logical and smart and forward-thinking design. I can absolutely see the Anaheim Ducks doing something like this, and we're going to see this sooner than later. They're going to do it. It might not look exactly like this. It might not be black. It might be something else, but they are going to, I think, change up their brand quite substantially and go with this general thematic. Let's move on. Arizona. Okay, so we've got the Kachina jersey here, which is pretty close to what they use now. The shoulder is a little bit different. I believe there's a secondary line or a stripe at the front of the green, or the bottom of the green, rather. But in general, this is very close to the Kachina uniform, so I don't have much to say here. I mean, it looks good. Let's move on to Boston. Okay, so the striping has changed just a little bit, and the shoulders have obviously changed. Lots more room up on the shoulders. There's none of that colorization or front shoulder striping. This looks very good, and I just noticed that the Nike logo is on there. So Jamie he's predicting that Nike will take over from Adidas, which is a conversation for the future for sure. But no, I think overall this I don't think it's an improvement for what Boston wears now, but it's definitely not worse. It's also good. And that's okay. Let's move on to the Buffalo Sabres. We got the goat head in there. Other than that, is generally fairly close to the home jersey. It's the striping has changed a little bit. You threw the goat head logo on there. Good decision. Looks good. There's not really much to say other than, hey, it looks good. Next, wow, Calgary Flames. Okay, those are some yellow pants, my guy. Holy, I gotta zonk the yellow pants. Great decision from a color perspective of red transitioning to the yellow, and then letting the yellow bleed down into the pants. Like, I love when uniforms do that. It's one of my favorite things to see, just because it makes it so cohesive and stuff. But yellow to yellow pants in general, I don't know, man. That's a little bit too bold for me. I don't mind the jersey, but the pants you lose me with the pants. Okay, next up, the Carolina Hurricanes. Again, maybe a good word here is logical. This is a really good design. It's not exactly like their alternate, but if they were going to switch it up maybe a little bit, maybe they would go something, down this direction, down this route. I think, there's nothing wrong with it. Sometimes I like to look at a jersey and pick out a thing I like and pick out a thing I don't like. It's difficult with this one. I can see lots of things that I like, but I really don't see anything that I dislike. It's kind of like the Boston one. I don't know if it's better than the jersey that already exists, their alternate, but it's not worse. It's definitely not worse. Maybe the name on the back is a little bit big, but no, that's insignificant. Okay, next up, the Columbus Blue Jackets. First thing I saw were the stars on the elbow here. Now, typically, Columbus uses the stars down by the arm on the side, I believe it is, or maybe it's the front, I can't remember. But also they use the pinstripe as well. So no pinstripe here. And more stars, less pinstripe. So all of the visual attractiveness of this jersey, your eye goes right for the stars. They kind of get lost a little bit on the current jersey. So I actually like Jamie's decision here and adding more stars and moving them up on the arm so you can see them. Like if you're watching a game and a player is wearing gloves and a stick and all this stuff and he's moving, you're not going to see the stars. The stars are probably down inside the glove. You don't see them. Now, obviously, if you own the jersey and you wear it and you have it up on your wall or whatever, you're going to see them. But just in general, I'm picturing a player wearing this uniform. You're going to see the stars on there. It's going to look good. So I really like this design. This one's excellent. Next, the Chicago Blackhawks. I'll go back to the same word, logical. This is a very logical decision. I think it's what fans want. There's not much to say other than that. It's a good design. We would love an alternate jersey from Chicago being black. It doesn't have to be anything special. You don't have to make it retro looking. You don't have to just give us the home jersey inversed to black. That's it. That's all we want, and it would sell very, very well because Chicago has excellent branding. Next, the Colorado Avalanche. Okay. So this reminds me a little bit of the reverse retro, a little, just slightly, but this is clearly more vibrant, and it's almost like the Colorado Avalanche and New Jersey Devils reverse retro. I was gonna make a joke there, but it's probably not appropriate. But anyways, this jersey or this uniform rather, although it's incredibly vibrant, I love it. Like I don't think this would win any uniform awards because it is so jarring visually, but I would love to own this jersey. This is a jersey that I can picture a team having really cool gloves, really vibrant gloves for. And one thing I've never purchased, and if you don't follow Kale on YouTube, he doesn't make a lot of videos anymore, but recently, I guess not recently, maybe last year, he bought a Winter Classic gloves from the Buffalo Sabres, or he bought Buffalo Winter Classic gloves. I don't know if he got them from the Sabres team, but they're all white almost with a little bit of the gold, and it's one thing I've never purchased is hockey gloves other than the ones that are behind me, but those are just regular ones you buy from a store. I'm talking about like an NHL themed gloves. I think the gloves for this uniform would be so vibrant. I would look at them and be like, I wonder if I could buy those. Those would be really cool to have on the shelf just because they're so vibrant and it's from a unique uniform like this. So I think maybe a lot of people won't like this, Jamie, because it is so vibrant, but I like it. I would love to see something like this. Next, the Dallas Stars. I mean, you know what to do, Jamie. You're not too risky in a lot of these designs. I mean, the last one was pretty risky, but in general, you're making a lot of safe decisions and smart decisions. This is a smart decision. A lot of people expect and would want this jersey, and there's not really much to say other than that. I mean, we've kind of seen this jersey before. Next is the Detroit Red Wings. The off-white totally works in this design. The neck has thrown me off just a little bit. I'd be curious to see that all red, but in general, I think the jersey design is pretty decent. I might remove the white or cream stripe from the bottom of the middle of the jersey, but just in general, I like the direction of Detroit maybe trying some cream in their uniforms. Next, the Edmonton Oilers. I mean, this looks pretty similar to what they use now as their previous alternate current home, and again, like a part of their history as well. So this is no surprise here. This looks good. The Panthers, a little bit of reverse retro vibes, a little bit of retro vibes in general. And we got the new branding with the logo. So no wrong decision here. I think this would be a very nice alternate, I think. I'd like to see this maybe like long term, not just for one season, maybe 2 or 3 seasons. This is nice. Next, wow, you love the yellow pants, Jamie. Okay, total miss for me just because there's just too much yellow. You guys know how I feel about yellow. We'll leave it at that. But yeah, it just doesn't work for me. Now, inverse the colors, purple pants, purple primary jersey, and anything that's purple here, make yellow. Yeah, we might have something. All right, moving on, the Minnesota Wild. Again, pretty close to something that currently exists, actually. The reverse retro that we just got. Great decision here. This looks really good. The reverse retro looks really good. Very popular jersey. Next, the Montreal Canadiens. I'm usually more critical of the Canadiens because, they're my favorite team. I know I'm wearing LA for this video, but if you're new, I switch up my jersey and my hat for every single video because I talk about all teams and I want to pay respect to all the fans watching, and I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible. So just happen to be LA, but I am a Montreal Canadiens fan. So I'm always a little bit more critical of the Canadiens just because they are my favorite team. I expect just another level of everything from them. Even if it's just someone designing their jerseys, I just have such high expectations. So this is definitely one of the better concepts I've seen. It is not the best, but I don't dislike it. Usually I'm like, okay, immediately, not really a fan of that. Just a little bit more critical, but this one's not bad at all. Next, the Devils. I mean, you know what's up, Jamie. You know what the people want. A lot of people want a black alternate from the Devils, just like Chicago. And I think your design here is retro-inspired as far as the striping goes. I think, that's almost expected to have some striping like that. That would work very well. The logo colorization you have here works well, too. So, yeah, good decision. Next, the Nashville Predators. We got a blue jersey. Thumbs up for that. Don't love the yellow neck, but it does balance nicely with the yellow at the bottom. Again, the yellow pants here, not too bad because with the Calgary one, there was so much yellow as well at the bottom of the jersey, where there's just a little kind of a stripe at the bottom of the sleeves, bottom of the jersey, it's in the neck, but most of the yellow is in the pants. So the section of yellow is a little bit smaller here. So I don't mind this one too much, but I would still almost always avoid yellow pants. Next is the Islanders. Okay, so the Islanders did have an orange jersey at one point. Maybe twice. Can't quite remember. There's a jersey that has the word Islanders going down on it, but I can't remember what the primary color of that jersey was. Maybe it was blue. Anyways, this does look good. I think this would be a really cool alternate for sure. I have no issues with this. Next, the Rangers. We got some light blue, maybe almost like the blue that we saw from the Montreal Canadiens Reverse Retro this year. Then you've got their actual official primary logo on there. This looks excellent. I would love to see this as a uniform. I bet this jersey would sell extremely well. New York, if you're watching, do it. All right, moving on. Ottawa Senators. Again, kind of going back in history books here. This looks really good. Striping looks good. Colorization looks good. No wrong decisions here. Not much to say other than, you know what, that looks good. The Philadelphia Flyers, I like this. I like this a lot, actually. This goes back to some Lindros years when I was watching a lot of hockey, and I would love to see the Philadelphia Flyers come back with something like this. A black jersey that's not like Stadium Series themed. They had the Stadium Series in the Reebok. They kind of brought it back for the Adidas years. Now it's their alternate, which is a beautiful jersey. I love it. But I would also love to see a different version of a black Flyers jersey, go back into history, take some inspiration from those years, from those Lindros years, and come up with something maybe like this, like Jamie did. Looks good. Next, Pittsburgh Penguins. We're going back. We're going back again. The original colors from 1967 or 68 or whenever it was for the Penguins. Got the logo there that a lot of people like, and striping looks good. This is pretty much a home run. Nothing negative to say about this one. Looks excellent, actually. Next, the Seattle Kraken. That is very close to the regular Seattle Kraken jersey. The striping on the arm is a little bit different. The darker blue that you see there in the arm and the red stripe underneath. If I'm not mistaken, the red stripe is further down, and then the dark blue has a little bit of a stripe in there. Same with the bottom of the jersey as well. The teal at the bottom of the jersey in this concept is smaller and lower, and there's a darker stripe in between the red and the teal. Could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure my memory's right on this one. But I mean, it's very close to what already exists, so I don't really have much. I don't really have a lot to say. The Sharks. This is very similar to the 30th anniversary jersey from last year. Not much thinking outside the box for this one. I don't mean that as an offensive thing. Looks good. Next, the St. Louis Blues. Okay, so this one's definitely different. I like it, but I don't like it as much as the St. Louis Blues current uniform because St. Louis just knows how to do it. Even when they do a damn yellow uniform, you know, the reverse retro, the one color that I really don't like, and they still do it right. Like it still looks good. So St. Louis just knows what's up. So again, Jamie, good design. I just don't like it as much as the one that currently exists, the home jersey, or the home uniform rather. Next, Tampa Bay. Again, a logical decision here. I think a lot of people would love to see the Tampa Bay Lightning use more black in their uniform. Just revamp the home, revamp the away. This would be an excellent home uniform for them. Love it. Next, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Got some red in there. I know that they did that in one year. I can't remember what the year was, but you know, as a Canadiens fan, I shouldn't want to see my color red in a Toronto Maple Leaf uniform, an arch rival's uniform, even though they used it in their history a little bit. But I have to admit, I actually objectively really, really like it. Toronto fans might not like it too much. I think they would prefer to keep red out of their uniform, but I like the little bit of character it gives the uniform here. The rest of the uniform is pretty close to what exists. The socks are obviously a little bit different, but I like the red. Next, the Vancouver Canucks. This is the skate jersey. We already have this one. It's a little bit different, but you know, generally it's pretty much identical, so not much to say other than that. The Vegas Golden Knights. This is their new home jersey. Again, not much to say here other than this is pretty close to what currently exists. The Winnipeg Jets. Again, this is very close to what already exists in their alternate heritage jersey, which they do wear as an alternate this year. It's a beautiful jersey, beautiful uniform. I would love to see it become their future home uniform for sure. Capitals, this should be the last one. It is. And this one is not too bad at all. Reminds me of the red one a little bit that they had. I don't think they're wearing that anymore, though. They have the blue alternate that they wear I don't think they've been worn at too many games this season, actually. But it's almost a combination between those two jerseys. So, yeah, not bad. As far as my favorite, I have to go back through. Just give me a minute. All right, so I think I kind of narrowed it down to two. I really like that Flyers one. I think that was a really good decision here by Jamie. But I'm actually going to go all the way back. I want to give it to Anaheim, the first one we looked at, because not only was it executed well by Jamie, but I think it's a really good and logical decision of trying to predict the future for the Anaheim Ducks. I can absolutely see them using something like this, and it looks good. So I have no faults here whatsoever with this uniform. I think you did an excellent job on this one. All right, Jamie, thank you so much for submitting those. I really appreciate it. It's always good to see first-timers work. I thank you so much for taking the time to send in your work. And if anyone else is interested in sending in their work, it doesn't have to be hockey-related. It could be football, basketball, baseball. Doesn't really. It could be soccer. Doesn't matter. Or, I guess, European football. Doesn't matter. Would love to see your designs, your full set from a league. And it doesn't have to be jerseys. It could be helmets. It could be whatever. Details on how to do that are down below in the description. Would love to see your work. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know down below in the comment section which uniform that Jamie designed was your favorite. What was your least favorite? Give me the details down below. Would love to know your opinion. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this video, hit the like button. And if you're new, please consider hitting the subscribe button. A video every weekday except for this Wednesday. So sorry for no video on Wednesday this week, crazy week, but generally every week I do a video a day, and then on Fridays we have fun with a jersey video just like this. So we'll talk to you guys in the future. Have a great weekend. Adios.